Hi guys, and welcome back to another episode of High Altitude Training Institute. This is the half marathon training plan for beginners, and this is week 18. And this is your third week of training, and by now you should probably start to feel a little bit better about running. You're a beginner, this is probably either your first half marathon or you've been doing 5Ks or you haven't been running at all. So we're building your mileage at this point. Now remember, take those easy runs easy. If you haven't checked out the introduction video, I highly recommend that you go and check it out. It will help you find out what video you should be starting on during your training. It should also help you figuring out what your pace is going to be. And finally, it should help you figure out which of the training plan you should be using in this video series. This is one of the video series, and this is the beginner's training plan, and this is for week 18, which means that in 18 weeks will be your race. For most people that are doing the entire 20-week program, this is going to be week 3 of training. So for this week, what are we going to be doing? Well, we're still in phase 1, so we're still going to be building our mileage. We're increasing the mileage slowly every week, and we want to make sure that you don't get injured, and we want to make sure that you're getting ready so that you can do some of the harder workouts that are going to happen in 2 weeks from now, which will be when we start phase 2. So here's what we're going to do this week. Easy runs, and here's the list. This is our third week out of 20 if you're doing the entire training plan. This week we're increasing the mileage again by 1 mile, 17 miles as opposed to 16 last week. And we're still in phase 1 for another 2 weeks. So again, going to be taking it easy. Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday are going to be easy run, just 3 miles. Try to get comfortable during those easy runs. And then on Sunday, we're going to be doing our 5-mile long run. So we're increasing the mileage on this one just by 1 mile. Again, try to get comfortable running, getting a good pace, getting a good form, and getting used to your shoes and all that good stuff. And as always, if you want to skip one of those days, make sure that you spread the mileage over the other days, even though I don't recommend it at this point. Now, as always, I want to finish this video by giving you a tip about training. A lot of people ask questions about, hey, which one is your favorite shoe? Which pair of shoes do you like? Now, I'll give you the answer. The answer is it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what I like. It matters what works for you. I highly recommend that you go to a store and get fitted. Now, for a lot of new runners, they think that they can use an old pair of shoes that they've had somewhere. Maybe it's not even a pair of running shoes. And that's how they get injured. Running shoes are designed in such a way that they will give you the cushion, they will give you the support that you need to be running for a certain distance. Now, there are different types of shoes. I have 3 pairs of shoes at home. And the first pair is a pair of road trainers. Very basic pair of shoe. I like Adidas, quite frankly, for this pair of shoes. And I'm going to be using these when I go on the road and I do my easy runs, or maybe a tempo run if depending on how I feel and depending on where I do it. So that's my first pair of shoes. I run a lot of my easy runs on the trails, so I have a pair of trail shoes. And the trail shoes are a little bit different because they're going to have this grip at the bottom that's going to give you better traction. The trails that I have here around my house in Arizona, they have a lot of pretty technical terrain. So I need a pair of shoes that's going to have the good grip, the right amount of grip, so that I can get out there and not slid when I'm going up the hill or down the hill. So that's my second pair of shoes. I've gone through a lot of different brands. I like New Balance, but again, this is a very personal thing. This is something that you need to figure out, whatever works for you. And the third pair of shoe that I have is a pair of racing flats. Now, the racing flats are used in 2 different situations for me. I use them when I'm on the track, and I use them during a race. Now, the flats that I have, they're very lightweight. They have very little support, but they're really fast. And I like to run at a pretty good pace when I run and when I race, and these shoes are perfect. Now, I'm not going to use them for marathon. They're going to be limited to half marathon and anything below that. For most people, racing flats are going to be for 10Ks. Now, you're a beginner, so there's a chance that you don't need racing flats. I highly recommend you get a good pair of shoes and a good pair of trail shoes if you like to run trails. Trail shoes are going to help you be healthy on the trail and make sure that you don't twist an ankle or you don't break anything. So that's very important. How long are your shoes good for? Well, it really depends. I can get 400 or 500 miles on one pair of shoes for my road shoes. When I go on the trail, 250, 300 miles because I'm pretty aggressive. My racing flats, they don't last very long. Maybe 100, maybe 120 miles. And that's okay because I only use them when I race. So they last for a long time. So mileage is going to depend based on your weight, based on your running technique, based on if you have one leg shorter than the other, one side of your shoe might get worn out before the other. How do you know you need to change your shoes? Well, take a look at the bottom. If you start to see that it's worn out completely through, it's time for a new pair of shoes. Do not run on old shoes. If you run on shoes that are worn out, that's how you get injured. Trust me, been there, done that. Just don't do it. So this is it. This is the end of this episode, which was week 18 of the beginner's training plan for the half marathon. And as always, please like, please subscribe, and share this video with your friends. And if you have any question, go to www.altitude.run and find us. We offer coaching, we offer custom training plans in more detail than this training plan, and a lot of different things as well. So I'd like to see you next week, and good luck with your running this week.